What's up, everybody? We're going live. I've got, if you're just tuning in or you turning in late, welcome. I've got to press a few buttons and we're going to get it together, but stick around, stay tuned. Let's go. If you can hear a literal fan in the background, you'll have to excuse us. There's a literal heat wave going on in the Midwest, and I'm trying to keep the bottom cool here while we sit here for the next hour or so and talk to y'all about weekly music news, guitar gear, and facial hair support club show. I'm going to press record here on the podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Whenever y'all tune in. All right, y'all. We've got Susan Tedeschi, more Susan Tedeschi tele stories, the big return of Fender, and we're getting into the Tuah girl as well, guys. This is a Guitar Pirates podcast. Let's go.
On a journey through deep space, trapped in a war, two pirates fight the good fight, armed with only 6 strings and some pretty bitchin' beards. It's time for your weekly dose of pirate madness. You're now listening to the Guitar Pirates podcast.
What's up, everyone? Hey, welcome. It's episode 137 of the Guitar Pirates podcast, coming to you from the foothills of the Ozark Mountains here in the lovely Mountain Home, Arkansas. Yes, we're your weekly music news, guitar gear, and facial hair support club show. I'm your host, Josh Jones.
I'm your co-host, Jim Steger.
Guys, and welcome. As I said again, welcome. Crazy week. And we're going to jump right into it. Jim, you got to get the back of the chair off the table and slide in a little bit to get all the way in frame. Guys, Jim, I always ask you how you're doing, and I know you're doing good. Have you seen the Tuah stuff?
Dude, I've been obsessed.
Who has it? Who's not? Guys, it's on the damn title of the show. We're gonna have to talk about it a little bit, just to break it down. We might even get back into it at the very end of the show too. It's just what everybody wants.
Oh, absolutely.
The one thing about Tuah girl is the other girl.
Yeah.
Her friend. Nobody talks about her friend. You see the way the friend looks at her when she says that stuff? Tuah girl, Tuah the other girl. Count it. I'm telling you. Tuah the other girl in that picture. Like, oh my Lord. But
the two best Tuah memes I've seen is the electrocution of David Stern in Home Alone.
Yeah.
It's like whenever she goes full Tuah.
Yeah.
And the second one is the Shrek. And whenever he goes, eat me, and he spits at him.
The one that I was a personal favorite, and it's just because I'm a bowler, was the league bowler, like the old school bowling ball cleaner. And it said Tuah on the thing. You put the ball in and you put the quarter in and press the green button. It just said Tuah ball cleaner. And I was like, that's my guy right there.
You know what makes me irritated is when people are like, this is all I see that's stupid. It's like, it's not stupid. This is the greatest thing
that's happened. It's what our country needed to bring us back together.
Yeah, because of course you're going to have those negative people, but literally it went from nothing. But you always have to have that one viral moment, and that is the viral moment.
Dude, it brought us together. I've heard she's Tuah spit on that thing. I've heard she's sold out of her spit on that thing hats. Haley Welsh, I think is her name. She's literally sold out of her hats. The chick needs to start a podcast, a YouTube channel, and an OnlyFans. I think they said that on Flagrant about the OnlyFans. But she needs to do a podcast, a YouTube channel, everything right now.
How many marriage proposals do you think she's gotten in the past
Holy
month?
shit. Holy shit.
So good. So good.
Wow. How much advice? How much guys have been like, why, wife, do this?
Yeah.
Hark to me.
It's not that she said thing, she said thang.
She was
meant what she
was
said.
very like she was just having fun. Like she wasn't caring in the world. Like
There's nothing more sexy in a woman than a woman in a good mood.
yeah, oh my God. Yeah, she was in a good mood.
She was in a good mood when you're.
She was in a good mood. Was she? Do you think they were drunk?
Oh, yeah, she had to be.
Probably.
But still, a woman that's in a good mood is, I don't care what they look like. If they're in a good mood, that's one of the best. That's the best quality.
What sucks is now is I think we need to know about the dude who asked the question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like that guy deserves a title belt.
Yeah.
That guy deserves a fucking round of applause. Because without that guy, we don't have the whole thing of what does a man want the most in bed or whatever.
And he better get a percentage of the Tuah.
Dude, she needs to hook him up.
Not only is she making money, people are making money by posting stuff about Tuah because of the views.
Exactly.
So she has created generational wealth.
like at least cut the man in on something.
But as a wrestling fan, who's the first person to ever say Tuah?
Oh my God. I don't know.
The Iron Sheik.
That's right. It is the Iron Sheik.
That's what the Iron, which she obviously she has
Sheiky,
no idea
Sheiky baby.
about the Iron Sheik.
No.
But it's the fact that whenever, she did that, and I was like, I've heard that before. And then lo and behold, it was the Iron Sheik.
Yep. Cheeky baby. Yep. Hell yeah.
So
hell yeah.
There's a little knowledge for you if you didn't know about Tuah. That's
but
not the first time.
I mean, but she's using it in a good way.
She's a trooper. She's a winner.
She is a true American great soul.
Oh yeah. She's
like, hopefully she can capitalize on this and get her stuff. I know we could probably find some stuff out about her, but I'm pretty sure she's going to trademark some things. I've heard anyway.
Well, yeah.
She better. I don't know if she can trademark Tuah, but I think she can trademark spit on that thing.
I think she can trademark Tuah because Iron Sheik has passed away and he never trademarked it. There's no
somebody. She needs to. She really does. Man.
Because there's so many people that are going to try to LLC that right now, but I'm sure she has a legal team that was like, we're going to make you. I'm going to make you money. You're going to make me money. We're going to LLC this right now.
Right now. Yeah.
Go ahead and try to.
Well, and the thing is too, is like, if somebody's going to run out and use it for entertainment purposes, there's already viral videos with millions and millions of views showing her doing it.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
yeah, you're right. Then you'd have to legal battles in court, and then you got to pay them money to get off your ass. And but Tuah girl has brought America together. And shout out to the dude asking the question.
That is 100% correct. That's so good.
There was something else that happened, and I wanted to get into it too, and now it's completely gone out of the brain. Did you say something about dirty laundry though?
Yeah, we got a little dirty laundry. Here's a little fun fact. Pat Smear attended Taylor Swift's London Eras tour show before Dave Grohl's speech about her not playing her own music. So Pat Smear, that's a little back thing there.
I love Dave Grohl, but man, it is not the era to hate on Taylor anymore. We all know that there's people that don't write their stuff, that use songwriters and do all this and da 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 da. Like, to try to hate or whatever, it's just wasted energy.
Yeah.
But I think that's funny though.
But every one of my band members, every single one of our crew, my band, who's going to be playing live for you for 3.5 hours tonight, they deserve this so much. So that was how she hit back at Dave Grohl. I mean, Dave Grohl wasn't lying though. They do play live.
And they do. Yeah, no, and that's, dude, I don't, I'm not shitting on not shitting on the Foos or Dave or any of that stuff.
I just wonder, Pat Smear sitting on stage like, oh, I just went to her show last night. It was cool. And Dave's like, he's like, oh gosh, please don't tell anybody I was there. Please.
Oh, I had something else, and it was decent. It was a decently updatable fact, and now it has just gone on my head like a fart in the wind. So, with that being said, that's a little bit of dirty laundry. We're at episode 137. We're cranking along. We're going to jump into some This Day in Music, brought to you by Tonal Music and Franklin Straps. Shout out to Charlton and Franklin Straps. I had a little talk with Charlton. I've been trying to, since we're back in the game, I was just talking to him. And I told him how much I love those emerald straps, and I think there might be a couple on the way. He hasn't asked me for any info yet, so no big deal. The other thing, why I wanted to get into this, possibly talking about some sort of branded merch. Maybe through him, maybe not through him. We don't know, but he's going to try to give me the leg up and maybe some insight on how to make this work. Because what I would like to do, and I'll just let the cat out of the bag for anybody who tunes in. We all know about those Grolsch like strap locks or whatever that you see on guitars. Joe Bonamassa uses them. Franklin sells them. Everybody sells them now. Those rubbery strap locks.
I have a whole bunch of them.
I want to get some pirate locks branded like that, and just make maybe only I can get 50 made, whatever. But if we can sell enough to do it again and do it again, then it's worth it. Because I think stickers are great and all that stuff, but I was trying to think of something else that's a little more useful and that'll be kind of around. And I seen those and I said, well, that couldn't be too hard.
No.
And you can get some blank ones. So if you can get blank ones, and Franklin already does customization on their strap. So anyway, you guys see where we're going with this. So keep your fingers crossed, cross your toes, whatever. I think that is a cooler bit of merch than like stickers. I know it's weird, and the stickers will happen.
Oh yeah, I've got a sticker.
But I like that. I like that fact of usable guitar merch.
Yeah,
for guitar, because that's what we're doing here.
And guitar picks would be
really cool.
Thing, which we could do that.
You could do basic stuff, but you got to have like the right material, and everybody wants a certain material and beveled edge or whatever. So that's another road for another day.
We'll just get one of those credit card punches, and we'll just start making our own.
That's another road for another day. So This Day in Music, brought to you by Franklin Straps, brought to you by Tonal Music Inc. Chris Squire dies in 2015 of the famous progressive rock band Yes, for battling leukemia. There was a big deal with Chris Squire and Rickenbacker. I guess he was one of the first guys to rewire a Rickenbacker into 2 outputs. Beastie Boys #1 in the U.S. album charts was To the Five Boroughs, the rapper's 4th U.S. #1. Mike Skinner scored his first UK #1 album when the Streets album, A Grand Don't Come for Free, went to the top of the charts.
Boys were banging back in the day.
1994. This one's huge. Aerosmith became the first major band to let fans download a full new track free from the internet. And that is This Day in Music.
Take that, Metallica.
Take that one. Take that one. Aerosmith, ahead of its time.
Well, do you remember the early 80s commercials where you called in and you got to hear the gossip?
Yeah.
And then they would play.
Yeah. Or like,
and you had the Slash was completely hammered when he did that commercial.
Or if you were a WCW fan when you were a kid, they had the hotline, the 1-900-909-9900. You could call in and get the dirt.
That's how we used to do it, children's. Oh, I think I don't know if you had it in your news or if you were trying to think about it. It's the lead singer dying yesterday. Crazy Train.
Oh,
Crazy Town.
Crazy Town. I don't think if you guys since This Day in Music, yesterday, Shifty Shellshock from Crazy Town died. And honestly, I hate to dog him. I'm gonna sound so bad, but if you've seen his latest video from Norm's Rare Guitars, this shouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah, he looked rough.
And I'm sorry if you're a fan or if and that's not dogging him, but damn.
Well, all the comments were like, "Yep, too bad he died, but he had a douchiest song." It's like if you were in 8th, 9th, 7th, 6th grade, that song in 2000 was the biggest song,
dude.
That was the song.
You were like grabbing booty and getting kisses to that song.
Yeah,
the chicks, dude. Get out.
If you started singing that song when we were in junior high, like everybody was singing that song, and Three Doors Down, of course. But yeah, rest in peace. 50s, 49's too young to die. But I was thinking that he already died. I think it was one of the singers from LFO who died from cancer. So
oh, okay.
Yeah. That's where I got confused. But it's one of those things. I mean,
all right,
shame.
It is. That's This Day in Music, brought to you by Franklin Straps and Total Music. And today is always a special day, but it's never as special until we get to Jim's Metal Minute. Jim's Metal Minute!
And welcome to Jim's Metal Minute. As last week I did This Day in Metal, which I think I will start doing that the first of every month, and that'll just be for the foreseeable future till we get into the spooky season. That's whenever we'll try to get some more fun stuff rolling here. But the rest of the 3 weeks of the month, I'm going to do the song of the day. And today's song of the day for Jim's Metal Minute is a blistering Cannibal Corpse song called Priest of Sodom from Evisceration Plague album from 2009, which Priest of Sodom has probably become my anthem right now. That song just absolutely destroys. Anytime that I pass by anybody with that song playing, I either get, oh my God, or I get those eyes. But sometimes I get the good eyes, like, oh my God, who's listening to the metal, But if you haven't heard it, it's a light little track. It's about fairy tales and pink rainbows. No, it's definitely not with Priest of Sodom. It just absolutely destroys. That song is so good. Cannibal Corpse is so good. Which as me and Josh were talking about before, he's talking about this poor little this as if anybody knows who Cannibal Corpse is and knows their music, people call them, devil worshippers, or they'll call them Satanist, or they're going to call them racist because they play metal. That's just how they are. You know how it goes. So there's said video where it shows how did it go? It said that the first security guard.
Oh, there was a security guard video, and it was like, bro took his first security job, and there's the two African American males, great looking guys, and they're standing up front, and they're at the wrong show. I'm sorry. And then dude's up there. This is a great little medley about spewing blood out of your cock.
Yeah.
And the one dude looks at the other dude like, he's shitting his pants, and the other guy's just standing there.
Yep.
He's probably like, God, I've seen this so many times. Get this crap out of here.
Yeah. Which that song is from I Come Blood.
So
I had to add that because it worked out perfect with this. So Priest of Sodom, if you are a death metal fan, or if you're trying to stick your foot into some heavier stuff, this is a song that I would recommend that you listen to. Just give it a listen, and then you can go, oh, this is for me, or it's not for you. So there's no in between. You either love it or you're terrified of it. And if you're terrified of it, you should love it.
All right, here's another. Jim reminded me of what I wanted to talk about. If you get online, you can find it. Then I'm just going to show a clip, but you guys can check it out. There's a literal Catholic priest that plays Meshuggah on drums.
The hardest song to play on drums from Meshuggah.
See if I can't make it work here. May not go. That was a Catholic priest. Dudes. He's in a robe.
Wow.
Anyway, Catholic, there's like, just goes to show you that, like, it's real, man. People love what they love. Doesn't matter if you're a priest or whatever. Like, you're going to love what you love.
Yeah.
So there's Josh's little moment, taking over Jim's Metal Minute again. But when you said priest or whatever, I was like, phew, there it was.
It was the perfect molding of everything that we talked about before.
Yeah.
So it all worked out great.
Because I remember seeing that, and I was like, that needs to be talked about.
Yeah. Because if anybody's listened to Meshuggah bleed, that the guitars are just so amazing. It's a simple guitar riff, but just it's not. The simplest guitar riffs are the hardest.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Are.
Yeah, because you have to play them in time.
Yeah, it's all about the timing, and it's all about, you think it's you're hitting it, supposed to hit it twice, and it's like, no, it's one.
It's once, and you have
but
to
it's
hit,
pulled off.
Yep.
It's a hammer on,
whatever,
or
whatever intricacy that's battling there.
It's so good. But that double kick, that his technique on that is incredible. So for him to play it, shout out to this dude.
That's Jim's Metal Minute, brought to you by Greenbeard. Guys, head over to greenbeard.com. Get a tree planted in a national forest in your name. Shout out to Ryan Trump for all that you do for us, buddy, and keeping our earth nice and oxygenated for us to breathe for years to come.
What's better than one tree? Two trees.
Two mother effing trees. And what's better than two? Some beard care stuff to go along with those two trees.
That boar. I need to start bringing that boar bristle brush with me everywhere I go.
It is the savior of saviors. The boar bristle brush. Boar brishy brushies. Is a savior.
Oh.
That thing is a savior. If you are bushy and you can't get something to lay down, get you a little mean beard, grab you that boar bristle brush, smack it on your face. You're going to look like a baby's ass.
And if you have short hair,
It'll work for your hair.
I do use it on my
Yeah.
head. I do use it on my head. And it feels great. It's like a million fingers going through your beard. Fantastic.
It's like a silk bag of puppy ears.
My favorite quote. If you don't coin that now,
I wonder if somebody has.
we don't need to wonder if somebody has. We need to wonder if somebody
needs to be
needs to
done.
be done. Because you've said that at least on 50 episodes.
Oh God. Yeah.
And we're at 137, so think about it. It's due. Silk bag of puppy ears, it's got to happen in some guitar way. A pick bag called a silk bag of puppy ears. It
does, man. Franklin, are you listening? Charlton,
silk
are
bag
you
of puppy
listening?
Silk bag of puppy ears. Make it happen.
I'm kidding, guys.
Use your brain. Whatever you come up with, we're good with. It could be anything.
We can knock off Crown Royal bags. It's all good, brother.
Oh yeah, no.
It's all good. That was Jim's Metal Minute. We got Brian's stuff out the way. We talked about Charlton and did all that this day. What's next, Jim?
Should we get some news there?
Yep, I think we're gonna hit a little bit of news, get into some gear acquisition syndrome, get into the mean discussion.
Gear is hot right now, brother.
Let's get going with the news. Susan Tedeschi, little follow-up to that. Quote, I got to meet all the people that make the guitars. Blown away by how many women were in there. She says. A lot of women making guitars.
That's good.
That's great.
That's exactly what we want to happen. Especially with, being, having her own signature, it's got to be prideful to know that they might have worked on her guitar. This guitar was fully woman built and played, so, I mean, that's got to give her a little bit of like kickback of like,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And what I love about her is in this interview with Guitar World, we're quoting Guitar World. So if Guitar World, if you hear this, you just get mad. Sorry. But quoting it from this, what I love is she uses the spotlight to put it on somebody else, which is like, girl, it's finally your time. What are you doing? But this is what a mother does. And I don't know if she's a mother, but this is what mothers do.
Yeah.
She goes, I think they should have made a signature model 20 years ago for Sue Foley. And if you know who Sue Foley is a blues playing, pink paisley, tele wielding, bad mother effer.
Or as we would say, a bad B.
A bad B, dude. Whew.
In the best.
And like Susan can play, like Tedeschi can play, but Sue Foley will hurt a guitar. Sue Foley's like a player. Like, and Susan is too, and I don't want to discredit her. That's the thing. Sue is a little more ferocious.
Well, that's okay.
We'll just say that.
It's like,
and that's not a knock on Susan.
It's like you are ferocious when you get at it. My buddy Dustin is finesse. He's a finesse player. He's unbelievable, but it's two different sides of the coin.
Yep.
And it's like you bring two different styles in, but
and I'll always acknowledge Dustin as being a better player. Dustin has always been a better player. He's always will be. He's that good. He's one of the best players in town.
He's one of my favorites, but it's like, so are you, brother. Don't you put your hat on.
Here's the thing, and they play out a lot. But I'll say this, and this is just me. I am a better live player. They can play great, but when you want to go out and you play live, that's where the ferociousness goes. That's where people go, damn. That's when people look at you kind of sideways.
But they also,
and I'm not dogging him.
No,
that is not a dog or knock on him.
It's just that the show that I went to, having me in the crowd for him be like, Dustin needs to be up. You need to go down. He needs to be up. His vocals need to go down. Like, I brought them to where it's like, oh, I can hear Dustin now.
Yeah.
I'm like, Dustin, stop playing. I understand you're a finesse player. You are supposed to destroy this song. Do it.
You got to know what to do.
Hammer it, brother.
You
Just
got to
go.
know what to do and when to do it.
Don't tittle fart around it.
But getting off track here, Susan Tedeschi.
That's how it goes, though.
She's like, she goes on to say more of stuff about, being important for women to know that you can play an electric guitar, because sometimes when you start on acoustic, it can be a little harder.
Yeah.
And that, just knowing that, like, parents, don't get the ugly wood box from 1940 for your kids. Please. Unless that's just something cheap and that's what you're doing. But if you can just go a little higher, beginner guitars are very accessible now.
Especially some of those beginning acoustics are really good.
Some of these beginning electrics for under $200,
Absolutely.
for $100 are into the power player stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah.
There's no reason for a kid not to be interested in it. If that's what you can do. If you have any kind of moderate money to spend on something.
I mean, even if you get the player pack.
So,
I mean, like the
Fender, for a young girl to see this,
yeah,
and to see somebody who can rock out, like for my daughters, like, hell yes.
Which, like, I'm not trying to say that she had a wave, but she did have a wave. Is the Miley Cyrus guitars?
Yeah.
I mean, the Hello Kitty guitars were massive, even for dudes buy Hello Kitty guitars. But I mean, whenever you used to go into Walmart and they had the big Hannah Montana silver tones sitting there,
Mm-hmm.
Girls gravitated towards that. So they need to start. I mean, hopefully more girls know who she is, but it's going to be the Taylor Swift that's going to sell the guitars. You know what I mean? Like, which I bet you mostly guys are going to buy her guitar.
I hope some girls do too.
Absolutely. But it's like if it's Taylor Swift guitar, it would be sold out already.
If you see Taylor Swift playing this guitar,
yeah,
not saying it in a bad way or what. I think she's got a Gibson deal anyway, but
yeah, because she's got those sparkly.
But gosh dang, she says she bought this guitar for $600 used, like their OG Caribbean '93 Caribbean Mist standard tele. She says she played it once and had a dream about it and bought it the next day.
I'm sure you've been in those thoughts too.
Yeah. And if we know anything about, like, if you've seen her OG guitar, it's got a ton of signees on it. Anywhere from Clarence Gatemouth Brown. Let's see here. B.B. King, Buddy Guy, Jimmy Vaughn, Dr. John. Tons of people. Like, I mean, it's not super loaded, but I mean, it's as loaded as it's going to get more.
What more? I mean,
yeah, I can see Herbie Hancock, Chris Christopherson, John Lee Hooker.
You could have said B.B. King and just stopped, and everybody would have been like, well, that's priceless.
You can see Gatemouth Brown down there. Like she keeps going with that thing, and it's gonna be priceless.
Bonamassa has got to be on there.
Eventually, you would think,
but we don't know what's on the backside.
No, we don't know what's on the backside
or what's on her case. What's on the inside of her case?
Yeah. And there's been some of those on there since '99. There's a picture from '99.
Oh wow.
So yeah, maybe I need to take back the ferociousness and I need to get into her early stuff.
Right? When did her and Trucks start?
That I do not know. That I don't know. That I do not know, but still.
We got to see
I take back the ferociousness. I think she's just probably calmed down in her old age.
Yeah.
Probably has to save it for all that singing. But I mean, you see her there. She's in the no money making zone.
Yeah, she's
down there doing the Widleys.
She's in the
Widleys, like, and that's at Farm Aid.
It's
So yeah, excuse me.
If you
I
see-
take that ferocious remark back.
If you see them on 1 through 5, it's mostly chords. When you're down, when the arm's like this, that's a whole different ball
Yeah.
game.
Yep. A lot of people say you don't make money down there.
Yeah. Tell that to Dime and Eddie Van Halen and BB King and
That was just a little bit of the update on Susan Tedeschi's little Telecaster situation. There's an interesting story with Scott Gorham talking about his 57 LP, but that's just continuous, like, oh, let's read another story. One thing that kind of, we can get it to at the end of the thing, though. One thing that was very interesting to me, Source Audio. I guess Eric Clapton's into these lo-fi guitar tones, and Source Audio has produced an artifact pedal. And I guess it gives you, lo-fi experience in a pedal. Destruct, filter, mixed, vary. That's your bandwidth. It has settings of radio, tape, verb, crush, ladder, vinyl, and glitch. Your mod has a rate, depth, and shape selection.
see the thing that I wish with though does this like the tremolo, does it have like banks you can save?
I think so, because there's a preset deal.
Okay, I was gonna hope so, because I hate whenever you have those like I had a few of those where it was like it was one or nothing. You know, if it was a
no,
filter,
the
you can only do
Trematron, the
filter.
Trematron had some preset.
Yeah, it's got the
available.
4.
Yeah, it's got, at least you can.
But that's what I was wondering, if you could save at least that way. You could, if you wanted the filter, or if you want this, or if you want that, you don't have to go down there and turn and then try to find the parameters. You can just set it and forget it. Ron Popeil, shout out to you, buddy.
This is interesting. Such sounds range from old vinyl replications, tape modulation, saturation, bit crushing, sample rate reduction, dark reverb and echo, filtering, compression, glitch, radio static, primitive echoes, and more.
I want to hear that radio static. I bet you that radio static is killer, like old 45s.
Yeah. Okay, here comes another topic of discussion. The pedal is priced at $350.
That's what I have to say
Bless
about
you.
that.
I don't know. I mean, I bought a fuzz for $350.
I'm not shocked about any price anymore.
I really am not.
Like,
I'm more shocked about if it's cheap.
Yeah. That's 100%.
I think I'm more shocked if something comes out and it's like a decent price, not like
$79.99.
$99. I think I'm more shocked if it's cheaper these days.
Well, it's mostly like, what I'm shocked about is whenever you buy something for $179 and then you see it for sale for $229 on eBay, you're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
If this thing can be like the ultimate tape echo, I would love it. But I get it, like lo-fi, if you're trying to get that lo-fi crackly vinyl sound, like you're playing out of you're playing out of your PV at home.
Yeah.
That needs it sprayed. Like if you're wanting,
as long as I don't touch
that
mids,
that sound
Yeah.
in that crackly, weird lo-fi, old school, that sound in a pedal.
as long as I don't touch the mids, I'm good. I have to keep the mids at 5 o'clock. That's where the mids stay. I have no choice.
But I'll say this. It's got a USB slot on it, so it's updating something. Input 1 and input 2. MIDI through. I'll say, you know what? Like, it looks robust.
Yeah.
Looks robust, looks pretty good, well built. Like, but you have to, there's, you can USB-C for Neuro 3.0 effects.
I'd get it just for the static.
Yeah, I'm very interested. It'd be cool to see, somebody sells one on Reverb for cheap or something.
What was the one last week that had the tape delay and the rotary?
Oh my gosh.
I just went blank. I thought about it when I was coming over here. I just went blank. I was like, to have those two mirrored, would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because those, like, have you ever wanted to record your music to a 45 or so you can play it through an old?
Yeah, there was like a Meep Records has like a no minimum 45 you can get your music to, and they'll put it on a 45.
Because you listen to those old 30s and 40s songs, and it just, whenever you just hear it, I mean, I don't know, it just brings a certain flavor to that song that's just, it's unmatched. And then of course you got the vinyl where it's still there, but it's cleaner, you know what I mean? But those old 45s are just, is a sonophone, what are those things? It's not it's I'm talking about before the
record like a vibraphone.
Yeah, that's
like
what it
that.
is. The old vibraphone with the 45s where it's like
wind it up.
You wind it up, yeah. Which would be what, the 20s?
Yeah, early. Probably what Les Paul used to make his first recorder or whatever he did when he broke down that record player.
It's probably what basically what Robert Johnson recorded on, and on an acoustic in the middle of a room in the corner. It's just
okay. So basically, if this little next bit here makes the rounds, this is going to be a great discussion. And I know he's got a bit of a Fender deal, but it already is looking good and makes semi sense. Tom Morello comes out and does a little cameo with Jane's Addiction and plays Dave Navarro's PRS Custom 24. And I mean, it already looks like, I'm sure he sounds the same.
Okay. You know what's funny about that is I seen that video and I just seen it was a PRS. I didn't even know. I didn't realize I was Tom Morello. I just passed on by. Holy crap.
But I mean, Tom Morello playing a PRS, like, makes sense. They would do anything pretty much for him. Yeah. Paul's going to do whatever for him.
Which, Tom Morello he doesn't have any stickers or anything on anything he plays. Like, his amp is badgeless because he doesn't want to have a deal, whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, I know he's got he did the Soul Power Strat and did some Arm the Homeless stuff, but I mean,
in a whole,
as a guitar player, if you ever were gonna think about it, it sure doesn't look bad on him.
No, but
it kind of makes sense. Like, I get it, he has the stuff that he plays, but come on, Tom. It's 2024.
Yeah.
Are you going to be that guy?
That brand new SE?
That guy for the PR?
That brand new SE that just came out?
That NFS3
NFS3
or whatever, yeah.
That orange
one. It'd be interesting to hear his thoughts on the PRS. That would be
What's funny is because remember whenever John Mayer got the Silver Sky coming out, but then you'd see him playing this guitar. He's playing. I've seen more videos of him not playing a Silver Sky than I think I've seen of him playing a Silver Sky.
Yeah,
because he got that Grateful Dead guitar, and
they have these new Strat, like you said. Like, it just makes sense. Like, Tom, get the bag.
Yeah,
Rage is over. Get the bag.
Yep.
Go get the bag, Tom. It's waiting for you.
It'll sell.
PRS, go get the bag. Or Fender, don't be dumb and don't lose one of the best artists that you can get.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I mean, they still got their heavy hitters though.
Oh,
never
geez,
going
they're
anywhere.
no. But I'm just saying, like,
He's one of the heavy
if
hitters.
if that was just a one-off deal, well, then he needs to go get this bag. Unless he just doesn't like it.
I mean, all PRSs that I've touched or you've touched, they play great. They're easy to play.
Yeah.
You don't fight the guitar. They're just sometimes they just don't feel. They don't look right on you. They don't feel right.
Mm-hmm. Or they just don't sound right live, like through your whole thing. They have a great sound. They do whatever, but like for you as a person, and you get it into the, into the battle zone.
Yeah.
It just doesn't want to give you what you want.
Which I found out Dustin's, I told you he had Seymour Duncan pickups in his PR. It's a P90 that has a switch to go to single coil. You can switch it to humbucker.
Oh,
So
I know what he's
Duncans,
got. He's got something that Dave used to have in his old PV.
Yeah, so I was like, do you ever change that? And I was like, this song, you're playing a Black Sabbath song. You need to have P90s, dude. Switch that to the P90 setting so you can get that grit that you need for that song.
That's a little bit kind of a few things that I've seen pop up. Another thing I'd seen, Adam Jones dressing up as a luchador at one of the latest Tool shows. Dressed up as Pentagon Jr., a very famous Mexican luchador.
That's awesome.
Adam Jones performed once performed a gig as Pentagon Jr. And there he is with that Gibson, the same Pentagon mask that I showed you the other last
literally
week.
Just told me last week. Yep.
So yeah, like Lucha Libre is big for guys, like because it's a different thing, man. It's not your normal stuff, and Lucha is super fun. So Pentagon, Adam Jones is Pentagon. Awesome. But I mean, Tool is definitely known for having some outfits.
I mean,
Danny Carey has some odd outfits, and so does Maynard. And
Maynard used to dress like a transvestite, so that was his big deal back in the early '90s. And Danny Carey he just wears basketball jerseys, which is funny because whenever he played at Kansas, he played in a t-shirt. I was like, this is the perfect time for you to wear a basketball shirt. The only time you don't wear a basketball shirt is at a damn basketball game. What are you doing? But he was having so much fun at that one. If you haven't seen that, you gotta check that out. He absolutely kills it. Light My Fire, or the Jimi Hendrix song.
Yeah. I don't know which one it is, but I've seen it. Here's one. Overdrive Special double amps. We've talked about them almost ad nauseum, but not too much. Bonamassa tracks down Lowell George's double overdrive special after a 15-year search. Amp and matching cab haven't been played in quite a while, but Joe says he'll be gigging with it by the end of 2024. He says it's the crown jewel of his amp collection.
How many crowns, man?
It's the Dumble stuff. It's because it's Dumble, and Howard Dumble has made some of the greatest amps ever. They have that sound, the Dumble sound. We've seen it from Stevie to John Mayer to Joe. Everybody has one. They're $1 million amps. If you have good tone before this gives you great tone. If you have shit tone before this is going to expose you for everything you are.
Yep.
But if you already coming in wielding hot tone, it's basically like putting fucking butter on your pancakes. You know, you're not missing out on anything. Serial number 9.
Wow.
These amps are. It makes me wonder what he paid for it.
I was just about to say, is like, what do you think his whole amp, just his amp collection's probably worth? 5-6 million?
Has to be. There's the cab.
Oh my goodness.
But that thing's heavier than sin.
Funny, every time we see a certain amp or a certain guitar, we always say Joey B's gonna get it.
Or he's got something involved with it.
He's got a hand in everything.
He's got a hand in everything.
If everybody like doesn't know who he is, it's like pretty much most guitars that you see, most amps you see that are famous people playing, it's like I'm sure at some point it's gone through his hands, or he resold it, or he hashed it out somewhere.
Or he said no to it.
Yeah. He's the go-to guy.
Oh, we're at about 50 minutes here at the Guitar Pirates podcast. We're going to jump into the end of the news. Kind of end of news, mean discussion, brought to you by Mean Beard. Check out meanbeard.com. Head over to Mean Beard and get your beard care products today. Or check out Joe Loving on Instagram. He's a one-of-a-kind dude. Great guy. Always treat you right. Mean Beard. Love him. In the title of the show, it says The Big Return. No, we're not talking about us, and no, we're not talking about the fan noise. I apologize, but it's fucking hot. Fender will return to NAMM in 2025.
Oh.
The Big Return says, we're thrilled to be back. Interaction is vitally important for the industry. Fender will return to NAMM in 2025. First appearance since 2020. Like, they've had a virtual thing. They've done some other stuff. They thought that going away from NAMM would be better. Obviously, closing during COVID made it pretty easy to walk away from. But now they're showing, they're talking about how good it is for them and everything, and that's great. But I don't know exactly what they're doing, if they're just giving us teases, because look at this. I'm not even worried about the Telecaster. Look at that.
Ooh.
Red strap, matching headstock, 21 frets, wide range humbucker, single pickup wide range humbucker, volume and tone. That looks like it could be really fun.
Absolutely.
That's a different thing. It's a Strat, but still has, maintains the strattiness, but still gives you a big wide range humbucker. Like, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on there. And in this case, it might just be something that's already been out for a while. So if you already know about that, hit us up. Let us know.
So Dean made a triumphant comeback, and now Fender's going to come back.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if Dean made a triumphant one, but I mean they put a name out there with 0 fucks given. So.
Yeah, 0. Last bit. Another $10,000 Murphy Lab guitar from Gibson here, but Jeff Beck's 59 Burst. Gibson is recreating a replica. Only 130 will be made, and they are calling it a 59 yard burst.
That's smart. That's a good looking guitar.
59 burst or 59 yard burst with double whites.
Cream.
Oh, you had me at double whites. Whoever was here and shot us a like, I'll find out. Thank you so much. And if you check out the rest of the show, shout out to you. We appreciate you stopping by. That's a little bit of the end of the news. We're going to jump in to some gear acquisition syndrome. We're talking about some gear that we may like. We're going to kind of round out the show. We're hit at about 55 minutes. It's not been too bad today.
No.
Easy show. And also just getting back into the fold, I think we had a lot in the can.
Absolutely.
You know, from like hence why last week's show was stretching 2 hours.
All our shows could stretch 2-3 hours. But we have to hold back.
What? That artifact pedal was pretty cool. I won't lie. What else has been getting you kind of itchy here lately?
Well, since I've been dabbling in some bass, little bass action on my end, and it's 2 of them. Of course, it's the Rex Brown Thunderbird, but this one is Epiphone exclusive run Thunderbird 64 bass guitar, purple sparkle with kick bag.
Ooh, wow! And I bet it's a neck through.
Yes. And
so that makes it worth it. If you get one that's neck through, they're just built better.
But they also have the Brunswick blue.
Brunswick blue.
It's a different blue. It's a deeper. Think of the Pelham blue, but it's deeper.
It's deeper.
It's like mixed with black.
Think of more of the Dan Electro sparkle blue. It's a little shade lighter than that, but it's damn close.
And then, of course, they have the Ember Red, and you know they do have the Inverness Green one, so I can match you.
Yeah,
with my
sparkle ones are cooler though.
But I mean, they have a Silver Mist, and then they have the black, of course, the Pro Bass Ebony. But the purple one, that Brunswick blue, or the Rex Brown bass, those are 3 things that I've been, because I'm trying to. We already went over the SGs last week, so everybody I already know which ones I want on my SGs. There's a list, and then there's the Thunder, the Explorers on top of that. I'm not even getting into that yet, but I've got a little Jackson $229 Jackson entry level bass, which is still fantastic. It's great, but it's just looking at his Firebird just kind of. Gets my craw rolling.
Itchiness
gets me itchy because to see that in the bass form, because I do the SG bass, but it's too long.
Well, you'll do that. You'll get that you'll get that feeling when you get that one.
No, but I mean, because how the SG already looks long is just an SG because how that's double cut, just how it is.
Just how the neck sets on the body.
And it's not that the neck's too long for me to play. It's just like there's a lot of body on the Thunderbird, so it matches, and the headstocks are massive. Even the headstock on the electric's huge headstock. I just love how it looks, but $849, it's not bad.
Yeah, some of these
$1239 for the Rex Brown bass. It comes with a gig bag. These come with gig bags, but the $849 for entry.
Yeah.
For a pro?
No, not bad.
I'll take it.
One thing I've been looking for, and it's not even super like needy or whatever, but my little mini wah has been taking a beating, and I've been trying to. I was either going to get a new one or I don't know.
I mean, I got that to you in 2019.
I was gonna do it, and then I started looking around, and I found the coolest thing that you can get. Well, I think it's cool. A wooden wah-wah topper.
Oh, that's awesome.
For the mini, it's on Reverb. Just type in wooden pedal, wooden wah-wah topper. wooden pedal top or anything like that. And
Is it just glue? How does that?
yeah, like that. The on the wah-wah itself, that little like adhesive or that groovy stuff peels off. You can peel that all off.
Oh, okay,
and then just lay that thing in.
I didn't know if like it had you just glued that right on top of that.
I imagine it's like a 3M deal.
What's the price on that?
$20.
Not bad.
Mm-mm. Yeah, there's double-sided adhesive tape. I imagine it's some sort of 3M stuff on the wah topper. It says,
Is it different colored woods or is it just the one?
Yeah, that's the one that I found. It says wood grain may be vertical or horizontal. This listing is for ash wood topper. They've got zebra wood.
Dude, a roasted
message us if you want a different wood type. So
could you do a roasted maple?
I imagine so.
I mean, for you, that would be
the ash wood pedal topper for Boss. There's all sorts of. There's the mahogany for the Dunlop Mini. There's even one for the Ernie Ball VP Junior that has the tuner in the thing.
I've got the VP, just not the tuner. I've got the volume pedal, just not the.
There's an ash topper for a bigger wah, the big size wah.
There's a red one. Ooh.
Red Paduke wood. So yeah, groundswell pedal boards. Good on y'all. 1,034 5-star reviews. So yeah, trustworthy. People have bought their stuff. Groundswell pedal boards. They make the wah toppers, pedal toppers. They had a Boss pedal topper. A Boss pedal topper.
That's fun.
So let's trick out the rubber on your Boss pedal with some maple. Some roasted maple.
Oh, yeah. Like the Blues Junior? What would look good on that?
Oh, my God. Zebra wood. Anything. If you have a Boss pedal that's just losing all the grip on it, it'd be worth it just to mess with.
It's like, would I do that to my DS1 just so it looks better? I don't know.
Because it's orange.
Because it's the only reason why I can't part with it. It doesn't work. It's because it's the OG special pedal that you used to be able to buy from what was it that we used to have over there by Harps or
Hastings.
Yeah, but it was before it was Hastings. It was a store
Crossroads.
I got it at Crossroads in a plastic case, plastic container. It was see-through. That tells you it was $49.99 back in the day, and they're still $49.99 today, unless you get the X.
Yeah,
X is more expensive.
Waza or the Anniversary, but yeah.
I wish I could. I wish it worked now because I don't want to buy a new one. You know what I mean? Like I might find a used one. I wish I could play it now. Now that I have more know-how, and now I can plug it into a overdrive to see what because that's black metal special right there.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Look how pretty. Sorry, how pretty that
dude,
is.
It damn near
Brunswick blue.
It damn near looks like the Dano. It's just a little brighter.
That Brunswick blue has got me all sorts of feelings. I want that in all aspects because we always talk about there's not very many blue guitars that catches your eyes, but that Brunswick blue, there's something about it. It's like a ball and ball.
It's like a Lake Placid. It's a really darker blue, darkish blue. The
ice blue metallics, the Lake Placids are fantastic. The Pelhams
are good. Pelhams are good when they're not gloss because they get gloss, they get super brighty. But if it's like a matte or nitro,
Pelhams,
they look they get all
they're darker.
Yeah,
a little darker.
That's why I wish my Inverness green was nitro, but I'm glad. I'm so happy with it.
I'm in love with it. That makes me mad.
That's yeah. It was a weird decision at first, but I knew I loved my Junior, so I was like a Rat Tail, a Gibson Firebird humbucker. I'm gonna love it. And sure as shit.
And you've already played a show with it, so
Yep. Yep. You know, I'll let this part out of the bag. What the heck is it called? Red, White, and Blue Festivals again this year. We played it 2 years in a row. We did not get invited this year.
Ooh.
You know what? Let them have it.
Yeah. 100-degree weather.
It's hotter than Satan's asshole outside. I don't know if you guys are dealing with the heat like we are, but it's hotter than Satan's butthole outside. So they can have it.
We're known as sweaters. We could just exist. Sweat our ass off. People are like, were you running? It's like, I got a drink out of my car.
And everybody's like, oh, it's your beard. It's so hot. And I'm like, girl or boy or whomever,
you don't feel the beard.
It's just as hot with or without it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Taking that away is not going to make it magically better.
And the thing is when your beard gets to this length, you forget you have a beard sometimes until you pull on it or it like becomes part of you.
Or your kids. I've had to redo my whole bowling approach because you get that bowling ball, you know, you stick your fingers in it and you can see it already.
Finger right in the
hair in the thumb hole. And I've had a couple where I'm like, and I'll put the ball and it'll go pop and I'll go, mother effer. Take my finger out, pull the hair out, do it all over again. So I have to like put it down here, stick my fingers in it, then I get it all together.
And you know, I'm always envious of his beard, and I forget that mine used to be just as long, and I can grow it back out. It's just I got to get it professionally trimmed, so when it grows out, it comes back nice.
Yeah.
So,
also too, like I advise this, like when you do go for it, go for the whole thing. Don't just like not do the neck. Don't, you know, try to shape a beard. When you do it, and if you're going to grow it out like that, get it to whatever way you like and just let it go.
That's what I did.
Let it go from the neck to the top of your cheeks. Let the whole thing go. That way you don't have this whole layer under here
that's all thin.
That's all whatever, and you're already like, what the hell's going? You got to let the whole thing go.
You know, mine was a thick son of a bitch. My neck grows quick.
It did too. I had my beard long, and then all of a sudden Jim come right behind me, and I'm like, you must drink a lot of milk, you motherfucker.
13 inches in 1 year is incredible.
But I did trim mine a few times.
You did trim yours.
Because when I get a haircut, I'll get a little trim the dead stuff off.
But I was shocked.
But yeah, he's a grower, not a shower.
Even Joe is like, how old is that? I was like, it's a year. And he's like, whoa.
Yeah. He's got some. I wish I had that growth of hair on my head. I wouldn't have that big shiny spot on top of my nose.
You know what makes me mad? I can grow a hell of a rat tail right now, brother. I promise you. But it's these little tufts that are up here on the side of my head. They like to grow and they tickle the side of my head. That's why I keep my hair short. I want to grow my hair out, but it's like I've had the same haircut since 8th grade. I don't know what else to do.
Don't know what
my hair, like I don't have that hair part we used to. The 90s hair part is gone.
Yeah.
There's
that baby hair part.
I used to have the perfect butt, is what we used to call him back in the day. I used to have long hair. He had beautiful long hair.
Yeah. I always tell my kids I gave it to him.
Yeah.
It's about the best thing I can say. That's it.
You know what the funny part though? If anybody that knew him back in the day, he'd always can grow a beard. But there was a point in time where he had the long hair and no beard. Yeah. Now it's like.
That was when I worked at Neema's Pizza.
Yep.
That was when I worked at Neema's Pizza because they didn't want a beard, but they were cool with like a chin strap thing. And then it was like 6 months into it, I noticed that the manager had a mustache and a goatee. And I was like, I'm just going to grow a 5 o'clock shadow and leave it be. And that's what I did.
Yep. Did you worked at Enright Steamers too, didn't you?
Yeah, but that was the year after high school. I was young. I was still a teenager.
That was one of the best sub places.
That place actually saved my life in a sense because we dropped out of high school together the same day.
Yeah.
The same day.
bullshit. You're not gonna do it. I'll see you at noon.
He come back and and then I dropped out like a month later.
Yeah.
But that summer working that job at NY Steamers saved me into the sense of Coach Hughes walked in.
One of the best human beings.
One of the best
planet.
humans on the planet.
Loves everybody.
And he's the one who gave me the nickname Jonesy. 7th grade football, he was the one who started calling me that. And that's how it picked up. He's the one who convinced me to go back to school. And I did that. So yeah, he kind of saved my butt.
And now he's a college grad.
Now I'm a dad who owns a business.
Yeah.
Yuck.
And I am
and I pulled Jim out of McDonald's.
And well, you pulled me out of Fred's. McDonald's was
that was a little side piece. That's right. That was the morning side piece.
Yeah, it was the because working breakfast at McDonald's is the cake. That's the cakiest job ever. It's the best. If you ever need to get a job at McDonald's and you're afraid what time to go, do not work nights. You're not going to like it. I don't mind teenagers. I don't want to work with them anymore. I got lucky with the ones I work with. Were awesome. But
well, it's crazy too. Like nowadays, most jobs you can get better pay there.
Yep. Start at $15.
Start at like $14-15 an hour. And like, I know dudes who are working at the local alleys that aren't making 12.
Yeah.
And that's sad. That's sad. Dudes are working, who are doing a lot more than what a person, and that's not knocking a McDonald's cook. I'm just saying when you're running a full house bowling alley and you're the only person standing up front and you're making less than $12 an hour, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Something's wrong. You've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
Something's wrong. Something's way wrong.
Well, Keithy was not only running the front, he was also the mechanic. He was also the one drilling the balls. He was also the one doing everything, getting deadwoods. That dude deserved to be paid $50,000 a month.
He needed
Brunswick.
A lot of people would say, some would say, I guess it's not that hard. It's not hard running a center.
The front, if you have people in the back.
If you have some help, if you have a few helpers, it's not hard. But if you're the only one with a snack bar lady, dude,
yeah,
buckle up. You're in for it, especially if it gets busy. Whew.
But it's like,
but yeah, anyway,
I only have it from the McDonald's standpoint to where if you work an overnight, whenever 2 people call in, you have one person and the bar rush comes. $800 in an hour for 2 people is
that's insane.
Insanity.
You're barely getting it out the door.
You can't do anything, and then you got people at the window doing God knows what. I've seen some stuff. I've seen some things.
I've seen some things. I've had girls
try to flash me for free food. They're like, if I show you my boobs, you give me free food. I was like, only one can tell. And then I get boobs. I'm like, that'll be $10.95.
The funniest thing that's happened to me on a job I've worked was I worked as a janitor at Good Samaritan nursing home. Right about the time we dropped out. That was slightly before NY Steamers. I watched one of the patients wheel another patient into a closet and shut the door and walk away like nothing happened. I had to go. I made my deal up to the end of the hallway. Noticed the door was still shut. That's Charlton. Love you, bro. I noticed the door was still shut, and I went and told a nurse. I said, that person wheeled that person in there and shut the door and walked out. So, yeah.
Yeah. I've had plenty of. There used to be, when I worked at Fred's Fish House, I've told you this a couple times. They used to have 3 6'2" blonde triplets. They used to come into Fred's every single year. It was literally like Christmas when they walked through the door. They wore matching white dresses every single time they got in there.
It was Christmas.
And my buddy Dustin, he had to bring a drink. There was 10 of them. He had to bring drinks to him, and he was so nervous. He spilt water right in one of their laps, right in the center. And he was so nervous. He grabbed his towel and he started patting her lap. I'm like, Dustin, what are you doing, brother? he's like, I'm so sorry. She was just laughing about it. She's like, it's okay. It's okay. And he ran in the back. He's like, I'm so embarrassed. I was like, dude, you couldn't keep the drill on your face. I get it, dude. 6'2", blonde. Like they look like Playboy models walking through the door.
Okay. Last bit before we get out of here. Last bit. And this is a comfortability thing. I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to say it. You guys probably can think of this. It's pretty easy. There's a podcast out there that's kind of uncomfortable because the host, because as a man, it's dude, I'm going to get chastised for this. The chick is beautiful. Okay. She is fucking beautiful. And she's doing the interview and her boobs are out. Like nice big old cleavage. They're poking out everywhere. She's blonde and pretty and her boobs are out. So at first I'm just like, oh my God, I can't, all I can look at is her tits.
Yeah.
I just said, fuck it. I Googled it. This person, naked. Boom. Seen her titties. Seen different pictures of them naked.
Get it out of your system.
And now it's gone.
Yeah.
And now I don't even care.
Exactly.
And it was just like, oh, well, I got to see him. Well, and now, and I don't even, I know I'm a guy, whatever.
We're men.
But have you guys had this experience yet?
Yeah. It's like you see Pamela Anderson on Home Improvement and you're like, man, I would, as a kid, he's like, I wish I could see her. And you see her naked, and it's like, now you can watch, you can watch any show she's on, and you're like, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, now you can watch Baywatch and get in the storyline.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why David Hasselhoff was there. Yeah. He was to kill boners. Unless you're into that thing, then it was an enhancer, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean,
unless you were a woman.
Yeah, you had to have the Hoff in there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's weird to think that he was a sex symbol.
So yeah, that was my point. Is like, I kept seeing her, and I'm just like, God, you're gorgeous. God, your tits are always out. What do I do? Did the old Google, and now I'm good. It's just now I'm fine. Now I see her, and I'm like, oh, you're funny. Yeah, this is great. But I got over that little thing, and now I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, but it's like now I want more. That's just, and it's like, that's just, we're very respectful people, but damn it, we're men. Okay, I'm sorry, we're freaking men. We have those things, and it's if she's putting it out there for the world to see, we can look at it. Damn it.
Well, it'd be like if Hawk Tuah girl couldn't take a joke.
Yeah.
That would be just like, what the hell? Like, you're the Hawk Tuah girl and you couldn't take a, I'm not saying that she's in that situation. I'm just saying, like, if it ever come out and she was like, oh, you're making a joke about balls and dick, but you're the Hawk Tuah girl.
I mean, the Hawk Tuah girl can definitely take a joke because she's taking more than that. We're men. Sorry.
I just think Hawk Tuah girl is bisexual.
I think
the way that her friend was looking at her,
but I'm just so happy that we had that. We've talked about it once and we're talking about it again. I'm so happy that viral moment happened because I love things that are viral that piss other people off.
Oh yeah.
I love it because the more it makes you mad, the more I want to share it.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you post about it. It's like, it's so stupid. No, it's not. What's stupid is that you're getting mad about something you can scroll by.
What I think is that it's brought everybody together because everybody just wants a little Hawk Tuah.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
If either you're a man, a woman, a furry, a tranny, a fucking ape in the woods, a frog in the jungle, a goddamn dog in the backyard, everybody wants Hawk Tuah.
And if you're not getting Hawk Tuah, you're the ones that are mad about it.
Everybody.
I'm not getting Hawk Tuah, and I love this thing. I love it.
I'm not getting Hawk Tuah as I should right now, but I love this thing.
Yeah. It's the greatest thing ever. I mean, we got to get Spit on That Thing shirts.
Oh my God. And I want to buy it from her.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to
wanna
just
bootleg.
I want to buy it from her.
She deserves. She has made the year.
And there's no way we could ever talk to her because she's blown up now. But
We could talk. We
10 minutes of her just, God.
If we could talk to her, and it would be we would, but as nice. But see, we talk shit, but we're super nice guys. We would not ask any. We would avoid.
I would
talk
just
to us
I
as
actually
much as
what
we
I
could.
would ask is where were you? And who's the random, I'd go back, who's the
the dude?
random dude that just come up and ask you this? Like,
That dude does. Like I said, that dude deserves a medal. We need to talk to that dude. Be like,
and who is your friend? Because she's cute too.
yeah.
Jesus.
Get all three of you on.
You two need to do a Tuah OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
She'd make bank.
Both of them make bank.
But the thing that cracks me up is like, you guys are simps. It's like, why is it a simp? Because who cares?
Here's the thing. I'm not commenting on her. I'm not going after her. I'm not sending her DMs. I'm on my own little shitty podcast and I'm saying what's going on. And I think it's funny.
I love it.
Dude, my wife and I am married, happily married. Yes, we fight sometimes, but we were very happy. My wife and I are window shoppers.
Yeah.
My wife wants to go to strip clubs. We sit and look. I'm not going after it. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I'm not trying to get it.
Yeah.
But I'm a hell of a window shopper.
It's like Bill Engvall said it once, and he said it a million times. He's like, if I see a girl walking by with boobs hanging out, I'm going to look.
My wife's going to look too.
Yeah.
My wife's going to be like, hey, get your taser out.
And he's like, if you drive by in a nice truck, I'm going to look at that too. It goes both ways.
And
it's like, I understand, like, women don't want to be objectified and stuff. As I understand, it's hot, and I will give you the benefit of the doubt. But there's a certain level that you go to where you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
I understand if it's hot and you have a little cleavage, you can't help that. That's fine. We don't even look.
There's a certain aspect of it to when
there's different aspects of what you're wearing.
Wife and I go back to these two things. If you have it, flaunt it, and nobody leaves a Ferrari parked in the garage.
No. Even though every Ferrari is parked in the garage because you can only drive it a certain amount of times a year.
But you know what I mean? Like nobody's leaving that hot rod in the garage.
Yeah, hot rod. But as far as like a Ferrari, you can't every day drive a Ferrari.
But
you
like
know that?
Yeah. But like if you're super hot, like go for it.
I'm telling you right now, if I had pretty feet, I'd be on Feet Finder right now. 100%.
Is there a hand finder? I have decent hands.
Is there a redhead kink finder? Anybody out there likes redheads? I'm your man.
Holy Christ. Y'all, that's probably getting to the end of the show. We're at about an hour and 20, we're about an hour and 20 minutes here at the Guitar Prize Podcast from the foothills of the Ozark Mountains at the lovely Mountain Home, Arkansas. Thank you for inviting us into your eyeballs and your earlobes and all that good shit.
Pre-July 4th.
Pre-July 4th. Are we having a 4th of July show?
Right on Thursday.
Is it Thursday?
Is the 4th. Yeah, boy.
Well, it's early in we're having a 4th of July. Spectacular. Holy shit.
During the day.
We've got a week to plan.
We do.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
I literally thought about it as we were going. I was like, wait a minute, next Thursday, it's the 4th. We have a 4th of July show.
Yes. We have something fun going on.
And it's early in the day to where, it may just be us shooting one bottle rocket. Woo!
Yeah, we'll be in here doing so. We'll just do sound effects off the dang thing and
snakes and sparklers, baby.
Yeah, baby. Anyway, if you haven't learned anything on this episode,
it was definitely by accident.
Guys, big, small, one and all, we've got it for you here on the Guitar Prize Podcast. Between Meanbeard, Greenbeard, Analog Pedals, and Franklin Straps, we've got something for you, something for everyone. I've been your host, Josh Jones.
Been your co-host, Jim Steger.
Guys, 4th of July special. What the hell? What a way to end the episode. Thank you all. We'll see you next time. And if you tune in, thank you. Later.
Well, don't touch my hair.